Okay, it seems that I am live now. I do apologize for the late start, but there is no views anyway. I think the sound is okay, so I can start now. So let's get rid of this starting soon banner. So, hello everyone and welcome to this live stream. I am going to create some kind of sci-fi keyboard computer thingy with ConjureSDF. You need Blender 3.3 for the time being to use ConjureSDF. There are all sorts of links in the description below about this Blender add-on and some nice tutorials that you can check out on YouTube. So let's get started. I got my references here. I got this scale reference. This is like around 2 times bigger as it would be in real life. Let's see how that goes. And what we should start, we should add a CSDF root, because underneath which we have to like put all of the SDF objects. So let's close this. Let's turn on Conjure Vision and this lovely red matcap. And also let's bring up this ConjureSDF panel so we can adjust the properties of the SDF objects easier. And let's start with an ellipsoid shape. And that is because I want the this computer stop to be a bit curved shape. So this will be our basic shape for this computer. And we are going to intersect and cut apart from this shape in order to get what we want. So let's turn this off now, because what I want to create now is some shapes that are going to define the basic silhouette for this computer. So let's add some cylinders. This is way too big. Let's reduce the radius like 0.2 meters. You know what? Let's change the units into centimeters, because that is like more comfortable for me. And let's reduce the bevel like 0.05. And this strength we will see. And also in Conjure Vision, since we are like quite small, what we are doing here, let's make it like 20 meters or so, 20 centimeters or so. Let's make it like so. Let's reduce the radius a bit. Let's say 17. And let's duplicate this in a y-axis. Yeah, I am kind of liking this shape. And let's make this a bit more. You know what? Let's try this 15 centimeters. How is this looking? And maybe what we can try out to increase the strength. Let's just turn off. Not yet. Let's turn off this temporary. I'm not worried about this because this is going to be just an intersect shape, which we are limiting this ellipsoid shape. So let's just focus on the overall curvy shape of this, and let's make it like 32 and 32 this, and let's duplicate -32 and -32. Yeah, I think I kind of like this. Let's turn on this object here so we can see this is roughly matches the size of this object. And let's decrease the height of this, however, around 15. Okay, just to be on the safe side. Yeah, this is more than this ellipsoid, so hopefully this will be okay, or not. Let's decrease to 10. Sorry about that, I'm a bit undecisive. Yesterday evening there was a big storm and I'm a bit sleepy because the storm was in the middle of the night. And yeah, so let's reduce this to 10. And I drank some coffee, but it didn't really help me much. Let's eyeball this one. And let's reduce the bevel. And I think I don't really need the scale of anything. And or maybe I need, because I want this. Let's make it like so. And let's reduce the strength. Let's make it 0.1. Okay, I am. Okay, let's just not make this one selectable. 0.05, 0.1. It's kind of interesting. Why this behave different than the others? Who knows? Oh no. Yeah, I know why. Unless this this and the cylinder should be up top, and you know what? Let's select all of these cylinders and let's nest them under active, and let's nest this one under active too. And let's move this box to a bit further. Well, I kind of liking this shape. Okay, let's duplicate this. And let's move this one back a bit and make it larger. And let's make this intersect. And what I want this this box, no, this box should be a bit larger, and let's move it down so that, okay, now this is what I want. And also what I want is to reduce in the y-axis, and let's move it back. Yeah, let's see how this goes now. This looks fine. Yes, this is what I wanted. However, I want to cut out these bubbles or this so let's reduce the size and let's move it up. Let's move it up even further. Yeah, now the bottom side is perfectly flat. However, I think yeah, the bottom is flat. And now this is a perfect shape for intersecting our ellipsoid shape. So let's make it intersect. No, I made a mistake. Sorry, people. Let's make it up. So what I need is this box should be a bit taller. And now let's make this intersect with this ellipsoid shape. And this box should be taller. Let's move it up. Yes, let's move it a bit down and increase the height. And I think what I have to do with these cylinders, oh, I cannot select these. Let's make this not selectable. Let's make us some more space here. So let's make these boxes not to be selectable, and let's select only these cylinders. I think some shape has moved again with some other things. Yeah, and I think what I have made some mistake because no, the cylinders bevel is fine. Mm-hmm. Let's move this box up. Yes. This is kind of the shape I wanted. The reason why I'm a bit confused because when I was like practicing, okay, this wasn't it. This didn't look like this. And I don't quite understand what causes this big bevel. Or maybe this bending strength. It was a bit too big. Oh, I see. Hmm. Oh, this is a bit confusing. So this was 0.1 then. Interesting. Okay, let's get stuck with 0.02. That works fine for me. And this curvy shape is okay too. And let's grab this box, and I think I want to move this a bit down after all. And let's turn back on the bevel on this. Yeah, the bevel doesn't seem to be changing anything. Okay, cool. Awesome. I am liking this overall shape. Now, what I want to do is to create some space for the vents. Let's reduce the bevel like so. This screams to be like 3-digit value. Let's make it like 5 centimeters high and 100 centimeters in width. And let's move it back. And let's make it a negative shape. And let's move it up. And also this has to be reduced as well, maybe even more. I wanted to create a hole in this object so that the vents are opening up an empty space, but I couldn't figure out. Simply ConjureSDF just refused to make a hole for me. And I didn't really understand why, so I just 0 point, this is wrong, sorry about that, minus 1.2 centimeters on the y-axis. And let's move them down a bit. Oh. Okay, let's not make this selectable. Yeah, I kind of like this. Let's shift D, Y minus 2.4. Shift D, Y minus 2.4. And there is an issue, so let's do it one more time. Because these are like too short, apparently, for this object here. So let's select all of these and let's make them like 10 centimeters tall, and let's raise them up like so. Okay. Now I am liking this. And now we have to cut out some shape for the keyboard, because this is like a keyboard computer, so we need some keys. Let's save first. And for that cutout, I would like to do... Oh, someone is watching. Thanks for coming by. Or maybe he or she did watch me a bit and now it's gone. So what's happening? Shift a trapezoid prism. This would going to do the trick. And what I have to do is to let's turn it 90 degrees and RX6, and let's reduce the bevel, and let's reduce the strength too, and let's move it like so, and let's make it a negative shape. And this is totally doesn't behave the way I want it to behave. Why is this? I don't know. Yeah, maybe I should reduce all of these. Yeah, but then this happens. I don't get it. Maybe I should check out my practice file. Because this didn't happen. Oh dear. Sorry about that. Maybe... Oh, yeah. Sorry guys. I am a bit tired, as I mentioned. It was still too high. Yeah, let's make it a bit more vertical or more like this angle. Yeah. Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking this shape very much. But before actually adding the keys is a bit it's going to slow down a bit the computer of mine. So what I am thinking is that I can add some ports to the back, some HDMI port and some power cord. And maybe what we can do is to add some vents at the bottom as well. Let's do that real quick. So let's Shift D and Z and let's move it down. However, I just want this to be this big, so let's make it like, I don't know, 35 centimeters. I like that. And let's reduce the size to 5 centimeters because even 3 is enough. Okay, so let's Shift D Y minus 1.2. And let's move this guy down. And let's select both of these, Shift D Y minus 2.4. However, this last one, I wanted to reduce the size a bit. Shift D Y minus 1.2. And yeah, I think this is enough just to have some nice shapes. So I have some reference images for the, this one is the keyboard. So this one is for the power socket. So how can we create this shape? We're just going to cut out this one. And for that we need a cube. However, we need this like much more smaller, 5 by 6, I think. And let's move it to the back. And we need to reduce the bevel. And in this way, the shape is visible. Or more precisely, I have to increase the bevel. And I have to increase the length to the y direction. Because in this way, 0.01, could this work? Yeah, I like this. The camera clips, but I am seeing the cross section of this shape, which is important. So let's shift this box and let's select both of these and let's nest this one under this. And let's turn it around, RY 45 minus, and let's make it a negative shape. And let's change the navigation to local. Oh, and let's reduce this strength by 0.1. And now we can cut out this shape and let's increase the size. And let's shift this XX and let's change the rotation to 45. And let's eyeball this. Maybe it was a bit further away. Maybe a bit toward this. Yes, this could work. And also we need one more shape because as you can see the back is kind of beveled because this bevel is bevel everything, but we need a much more sharper shape at the end. So let's duplicate this box and let's not rotate this. What? What the hell is happening? Okay. And let's move it like so. We don't need this big shape in the y direction. However, we need a bit bigger at the x direction. And let's move it down. And let's increase the z direction. As you can see, now it cuts off this perfectly cool, more vertical. So basically it cuts off the rounding that the bevel creates. And now what we can do is to select all of these shapes. Oh, I think this box is in the wrong side of this object. So let's move it here. Now I can select them all. And let's move in the global X direction and in the global Y direction. And this one, let's make it a negative shape. And how can I select these guys? Let's make sure that nothing else is selectable. It's so unfortunate that I cannot select this, cannot multiple select these guys. Okay, let's reduce the strength of these. And now we got this shape cut out for the power. Let's move it a bit further back. Okay, I am liking this very much. And let's reduce the bevel a bit. Oh no, sorry. Okay, fine. Now what we need is the same thing for the HDMI port because as you can see it's kind of the same shape. It's just that this one is a bit smaller. So let's shift D and XX. And what we need to do is to make this main box a bit smaller in height. So let's make it 2 centimeters. Let's reduce the bevel. Let's make it half of these. And this box should be at the bottom here, roughly like so. And this box should be the bottom here, roughly like so. And this, sorry, GY. Let's make it a bit less depth. Sorry, I couldn't really know how shall I pronounce this. So we've got some HDMI ports. Let's create a USB port as well. So let's grab this box. Let's shift this and the X direction, and the USB port is like 2 times 1 roughly, and I can reduce the size of these things, and the bevel should be 0.02. Sorry, and this strength should be reduced as well. And let's move it forward a bit. Yeah, I think let's leave it like so. Yeah, I am liking this. Let's duplicate this a couple of times. Shift D, X, let's say -3, Shift D, X, -3. I think 3 USB ports is enough. And let's move them upward slightly so that roughly it lines up with the top of the HDMI port. Okay, I am quite liking this. Now what I should do is to select this guy and Shift D this and make it like 1.6 and make it 0.4, and let's turn off the bending and let's make it a positive shape, and let's reduce the bevel of this guy even further, and I think the height is a bit too large, and 1.3 maybe. Yeah, this could work. Yeah, I think this could work as a USB thingy inside the USB port. And let's shift this X and let's eyeball it. Shift the X. Let's eyeball it. Shift the X. There is one maybe even thinner in the HDMI port. I don't really know if you can see this on the this thing here on the photo. I'm not going to model this silver part here. So And let's make this one bigger a bit, like so. Yeah, I think this could work. Okay, sorry. And let's duplicate this in the X direction, and this one should be like 0.8 centimeters or maybe 1. And let's rotate this by 90 degrees. This will be these vertical things, but this one is a bit thicker. And let's move it down. And yeah, I think this could work. Maybe a bit move it toward the center. So Shift D, Z, because we are now moving in the local direction, and Shift D, X, and let's put it into the middle. Kinda. This is kind of works. Okay, cool. So we've got power supply, we've got everything set up nicely. Now, the only thing I want to do is like the keyboard layout. So I grabbed the onboard is a keyboard manager for an on-screen keyboard, and I grabbed the English layout, and I want to create like a grid layout, and the buttons should be like some sort of rounded buttons. So let me check if someone is viewing. No, not really. And I want to create some kind of flat buttons, something like on the microwave oven. The buttons are really just a bit flat. So this is the kind of thing that I want to create, and I figured the best way of doing that is add a cylinder. I tried, when I was practicing, I tried the coin, but it didn't really work. And let's make it to the radius, and 0.5 is the height, and I should rotate them in the X direction 6 degrees. And also I have to reduce the bevel like 0.1, and let's reduce this to 0.12, or maybe not. This can be higher. And the bevel should be higher too. Yeah, I think this is too small. I want this to kind of nicely blend into the computer basically. And let's move this up and to the side like so. And let's Shift DX, like 5. How is this going? 6. Yeah, I think 6 works better. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to nest it under this cylinder. And I'm going to shift the X6, and let's grab these two, shift the X12, shift the X12, shift the X12, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then one more, and then one more. So hopefully in this way I've got 12 of these things. And let's center these guys. Let's maybe move them a bit. Just a bit further down. And let's duplicate these in the y direction, -6. And let's check. I think I might need to make them. No, because I don't need to move them, because I am moving them at the local axis. So we've got the function keys, we've got the numeric keys, we need this 3 more times. Shift the y -6, shift the y -6. Oh, what happened? -6. Because we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shift the y -6. And I don't have enough space for the space bar. Oh no. In that case, let's make some space. Let's grab this trapezoid shape and let's reduce this angle and let's move this forward. And let's make sure that these are not selectable anymore. And let's select all of these. And let's, sorry. And let's move them up. Okay. I think we gained enough space to have these, but to have the space bar. And let's duplicate this guy and move it into the x direction. No, sorry. Let's delete. Let's duplicate this guy. X. And what I wanted to do is to change this to a capsule, basically. And rotate this in the y direction 90 degrees so that I can increase the size of it. And let's move this capsule down. Yeah, now this is getting slower, this ConjureSDF. One more time. Let's turn off some of these keyboards, because it's a bit slow now. Let's keep only the top row for now. And what I wanted to create is, let's shift this guy here, and let's turn into a cube, and we need like 40, and we need a big size, and we don't need this rotation, sorry. So let's reduce the size. Let's rotate it by 6 degrees. Let's move up. And what we need is the x-axis to be big and the position to be at the 0. Sorry. We need to increase the size. And let's move it down. And let's move this up. Let's move it even further down. Because what I want is to be a negative shape, because I want to make sure that this is going to reduce the size of these capsules, basically. So let's duplicate this capsule, Shift D Y -6, Shift D Y -6, Shift D Y -6, Shift D Y -6, and I believe what the hell happened here? Oh la la, something is wrong. Let's Control 3 this. Everything is going bad in this stream. Yeah, we should move this guy down. Oh. Yeah, we should all move these guys up. Down a bit. This is fine, this is fine, this is fine now. This is fine now. And this is fine now. Oh, something is wrong. Oh no. I think this rotation has ruined everything. Let's not make this selectable. Let's select. Oh, I cannot select. Let's select these. Let's grab the Alt key and let's type 0. And now this is awesome. And now this X direction is this. And let's select again these guys. And let's Alt Can I? No, I cannot Control V. Unfortunately, at least I don't know how to Alt Control V. And let's grab this guy here. Well, yeah. This is not ideal. But I think I should move this guy up a bit. Like so. We ran out of space again. And yeah. Well, okay. Let's select all of these guys. Shift D, X, I mean Z. And we don't have enough room. Everything that can go wrong in this stream went wrong. That's not ideal. But it is what it is. I think what these buttons might be a bit... Maybe these are like too far away from each other. This is the thing I could do. Or maybe what we can do is like turn off the select so that make sure that I won't be able to select these guys. And maybe we should make this guy larger, basically. Maybe actually the spacing between these buttons is a bit too big. But ding. But I don't care. That is... I could change it, but that would take a lot of time. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to grab our beloved cylinders, these guys. Let's turn off this keyboard ref. And I am going to move them a bit further out. Yes. Let's make them like 34. And now these two, Alt minus 34, and problem sort of solved. But this box, we might have an issue with that. Or what is causing the issue here? I think this. Yeah. Now it's okay. Now it's okay. Our keyboard is fixed. So let's turn back on our lovely buttons. And also what I forget, we shouldn't stop because we need some space bar and stuff like that. So we should grab this guy. Which guy is one? This one. Who knows? And we need 3 more of these and 4 more of these on the other side. So Shift D, Z, okay. And you know what? Let's grab these guys a bit up. Sorry, this one too, because we might not have enough space for the space bar. Shift D, Z, Shift D, Z, Shift D, Z, Shift D, Z, Shift D, Z. Okay, and now the only thing we should do is to increase this guy to be the space bar. And now we have a lovely keyboard layout. And what I can do is to, I think, reduce this larger buttons a bit. Or maybe even more. Sorry, what? Why isn't GZ? Something like that. Does it cuts? Yes, it cuts into this thing, which is weird. GZ. It's not supposed to. But anyway, I think this is the kind of keyboard computer that I wanted to create for this stream. I hope you have enjoyed it and at least learned something from it. And yeah, I think this is goodbye now. See you in the next one. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.